Improvement event is back. Meet Houston's trusted gardening, home improvement, home decor, and organizing experts. At the Floral and Home Decor Workshops, make your own and take it home. Meet the woman who walked around the world. She'll share stories of her adventure. See landscapes, custom furniture artisans, terrific deals on spas, home improvement pros for almost anything you need for your home. It's all at the Montgomery County Home and Outdoor Living Show this weekend at the Lone Star Convention Center.
So I was very young, so I was being a kid, I guess. I started mowing yards when I was 12, and then when I was 18, I made a company out of it, and I just kind of learned the trade through hard knocks. I'm Travis Peterson with Outdoor Perfection. We're a landscape design and installation company. So the main thing we do differently now than we did earlier was I found out that nobody wants you to cut corners. I thought that maybe this job needed to be at this price, so I would say, okay, we won't do a weed barrier, or we won't do mixed soil in this one, or whatever it may be, and we don't do that anymore. It's just kind of like, this is the way we have to do it, and this is the price. And once you get over the mentality of, not everybody thinks the way you do because you're only 18 years old, you have to think the way a 50-year-old thinks. And it takes a while to get there, but then you just start learning that the customers that we are attracting, they want it done the right way. So we don't cut corners on that. The retaining walls, and instead of doing a tiny footer, you do a footer that's proper, because if one of those things falls down, it's not good. And years to come, I mean, these people are building multiple homes. They're building multiple homes at a time. Some of them are moving 4 and 5 and 6, 8 times around this area. And by us not cutting corners and doing that, we go back into their other houses as well. So we do a lot of things different. A perfect example would be a job we went to yesterday. There's a guy or a customer that hired an individual that threw his cart on the front porch with rocks in the bag. So he called the guy up and he needed to fix a drainage problem. He came back with a bid. It was like $25,000. All this guy did was pile bull rock in the drainage area and called it good. Well, gravel doesn't magically make water go away. In order to do that, you have to be able to know grades. I mean, this is a flat yard. From left to right, there is no drop, but you have drop at the street. So we have to pipe that. And so in order to do that, you have to know what your depths are gonna be. You have to know how much fall to have. I mean, we're following a standard of, basically a 0.062 fall per foot, and so on and so forth. So now these customers are unfortunately going to have to spend exactly what they already spent to get this done. So, I mean, we're landscape professionals. We're doing things that are planting things in yards where we're spacing them on a CAD program where they're 3 foot apart. The number one thing people ask when we landscape the yard is this overplanted? And the answer is no. I mean, we're not just throwing dots and circles on a page. We're actually measuring from plant to plant and using a scaled grid whenever we draw that on our program. So when we're doing drainage and we talk about installing French drains, a true French drain is a perforated pipe that has a sock and a proper amount of pea gravel around it. So what that does, especially for yards in Houston and surrounding areas, is when you have a wet area, it's not just surface water you're trying to collect. You're trying to take care of groundwater as well. So when that ground squeezes, where does that water go? And that's the purpose of the perforation in the pipe, the sock around it, and the gravel around that. That keeps it from clogging. That gives the water a place to go and allows it to go out the sloping trench to the street or wherever the exit point is. Then we also put drain basins in there too. So when it rains heavily, you're collecting surface water and it's going out. And then we also try to capture downspouts from gutters, because a big percentage of flooding in yards comes from the runoff off the roof. So if we can take everything internal, we've captured at least 50% of the problem just by doing that. So at Outdoor Perfection, we're full service landscaping. So we can take you from design to actually the installation of the project. But that's the important part. So by us being able to install these yards over the past 20 years, when we're designing it on what's going to last. Whereas some companies that do design only, they're putting things that work good on paper. We're doing that as well, but we're also using our experience of things that maybe haven't worked as well and things that have worked very well. So as we go down this 20-year journey and beyond that, we're staying up with the times. We're staying up with the new plans that have been engineered and created over the past couple of years. We're taking some of the old school stuff that's coming back into design and tailoring it to what actually performs well and doesn't. For our customers that have new construction, sometimes the best option is doing things in phases. That could be a small amount of planting in the front yard. If you already have planting in the front yard that was done by the builder, we can go in and we can insert rock borders. We could put a little bit of color variation, things like that, to adding a small amount of privacy in the backyard if you don't already have that. There's a lot of different options to where you don't have to do it all at one time. I'm Travis Peterson with Outdoor Perfection. We look forward to hearing more about your projects. Come see us at the show.
Montgomery County's finest home improvement event is back. Meet Houston's trusted gardening, home improvement, home decor, and organizing experts. At the Floral and Home Decor Workshops, make your own and take it home. Meet the woman who walked around the world. She'll share stories of her adventure, see landscapes, custom furniture artisans, terrific deals on spas, home improvement pros for almost anything you need for your home. It's all at the Montgomery County Home and Outdoor Living Show this weekend at the Lone Star Convention Center.